In this video, we're going to be going through the front page of the Chapter 5 test review number 2. Okay, so the first couple of questions here say, find the slope of the line through each pair of points. So just to remind you, the slope formula is m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to plug in these values here to this formula. So I'll have negative 1 minus 5 over 2 minus a negative 3. Now remember, you want to put that negative 3 in parentheses. You don't want to drop the negative sign. And so then when I simplify this, I have negative 1 minus 5, which is negative 6, over 2 minus a negative 3, which really means 2 plus 3. So that's 5. So my slope is negative 6/5. Now, remember, you don't necessarily have to go negative 1 minus 5. You could have went 5 minus a negative 1. It doesn't matter which ordered pair you start from, as long as you're consistent when you do your y's and when you do your x's. The second problem is also finding slope. So here we're going to have 1 minus a negative 3 over 4 minus 4. 1 minus a negative 3 is really 1 plus 3, which is 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So remember, 0 underneath is undefined. Underneath, undefined. That's an easy way to remember it. Okay, the third one here, again, is finding slope. So we'll have negative 3 minus 12 over negative 5 minus 8. So negative 3 minus 12 is negative 15. And negative 5 minus 8 is negative 13. And remember, we don't want to leave a negative over a negative, so we'll change that to be positive 15 over 13. Okay? The next section here is, given a graph, write the equation in slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. Okay? So, in order to write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form, we want the slope and we want the y-intercept. So that's what we're going to be looking for here. So when I look at this graph, I'm trying to find the slope and the y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept is pretty easy to find because that's just where it crosses the y-axis. And it crosses here at this point, which is 1, 2, 3, positive 3. And then to find the slope, I'll count the rise over run between 2 points. So I'm going to use that point and this point here. And I see I have to go down 2, and down means negative 2, over 1. So my slope is negative 2 over 1, or just really negative 2. Okay, so since my slope is negative 2 and my y-intercept is 3, I can write this to be y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. All right, same idea over here. We're given a graph. We want to find the slope, the y-intercept. I'm going to look for the y-intercept first. On the y-axis, I see it crosses here at this point. Okay, this point is 1, 2, 3, 4 at 4, because this right here is 0, 0. Okay. And then to find the slope, I'm going to pick another point. I'll just pick this point, and I'm going to count rise over run. So I'm going to go up 1 over 1, 2, 3. So up 1 over 3, so 1/3. So my slope is going to be 1/3 x plus 4. Okay, now the next one is one of our special cases, and this is a horizontal line, so this is HOI. Horizontal line, 0 slope, and it is y equals a number. Okay, and y equals the number where that line is crossing. So this is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is at 7, so y is equal to 7. All right, the next one, we're actually going to skip this one because there won't be one like this on your test. But just if you notice right here on that y-intercept, we don't know exactly where that's touching. It's at a decimal. So you would have to find that mathematically, first going through point slope and then converting to slope intercept. So we're not going to talk about this one or number 8 because there won't be problems like that on your test. So number 7 and number 8 are not on test. Okay. Number 9, it says, one line is shown. Write an equation of a line that is parallel to this and then graph the line on the same coordinate plane. So First of all, we know that the line that we want is parallel to this line. So what's significant about that is that the slope of this line and the slope of the line I'm going to write will be identical. So I'm going to find the slope of this line. And I'm going to do that by picking 2 points. I'm going to use this point here and this point here. And I see the slope is down 2, right 3. So down 2, right 3. So my slope is negative 2/3. So the slope of this line is negative 2/3. The slope of the line I'm going to write is also going to be negative 2/3 because again, they're parallel. So they'll have the same slope. Now, the y-intercept can be any number except whatever the y-intercept is of the line that's already given. So this y-intercept is 2. So the y-intercept of our new line, a line that's parallel to this line, can be any number except for 2. Because if we plug in 2 as our y-intercept, the line I'm writing and the line I'm given would be identical, not parallel. So say, for example, we want it to be 4. Okay, I would graph it. I would go up to 4, plot a point. My slope is negative 2/3, so I would go down 2, right 3. Down 2, right 3. And then I would use my straight edge. Extending beyond the points and including arrowheads to signify that my line keeps going in either direction.